Good afternoon, Good Shepherd. It's Wednesday, September 15th, the Ides of September. And if it applies to you, pay your estimated tax day. um, anyway, good to be with you this afternoon, coming to you from the faculty club at UC Berkeley, one of my favorite places when I was there, as many of you know. Just a number of things today. First, I want to apologize for all of the technical difficulties that we experienced this last Sunday. We were trying to see whether or not we could broadcast from the sanctuary. It doesn't look like that's going to work right now. We don't have a good way of getting audio, whether it's the organ or the voices or all of that scrubbed and put through Zoom in such a way that it will be easy for people to hear and all of that. And then for some reason, if you hung on enough, for some reason, the internet cut out partway through the Eucharistic prayer. And it was only in the sanctuary that happened. So that was seemed to be a Wi-Fi issue. So again, I apologize for that. The problem with the Faith Forum that I had wanted to zoom out to you, that was a different problem. That was Gary forgetting to unmute. And so that session for that very first week, we redid Monday night, and we'll make sure that that's available should anyone wish to watch it. Mostly it was just introduction to the rationale behind the Altars in the World program and kind of some previews of upcoming events, but I'll get to those in a minute. Anyway, apologies again. Some of it was beyond my control and some of it was just my error, not being close enough to the computer and seeing what was going on. So please forgive me. That being said, this coming Sunday, we hope that things will be back on track, except that we will be doing the 7:45 service from the chapel, where we can manage the audio a whole lot more easily, given that we don't have to use a mic to make sure that everybody can hear in the big sanctuary. That's where a lot of that problem came from, was how do we use miking so that folks in the sanctuary can hear, but that also folks coming in from home can hear. Once we do all of our major tech upgrade, we can resolve that. But right now, I think it's going to be that we'll be in the chapel for the near future, at least for that 7:45 service. So when you come in the door, turn left, and we'll see you in the chapel at 7:45. We don't have anybody signed up for the 7:45 service for coffee hour. There's no one basically other than the first Sunday of the month that has signed up for coffee hours at the 7:45 service. So if you want coffee, somebody's going to have to make it. Unfortunately, we do not have a house elf who will do that. So that's really going to be a responsibility for one of those folks who really enjoys that time to come in and get that coffee going at the very least. So 7:45 in there, 9:15, the Faith Forum, we'll resolve that issue of the recording. And for that Faith Forum, the discussion will be on the book An Altar in the World by Barbara Brown Taylor that I've been talking about. Wonderful, wonderful book. And we will talk about the introduction, which is just a few pages long, and then chapters 1 and chapter 2. Information about that will come out in the e-news tomorrow, and there are some discussion prompts if you want to sort of think about them in advance. We don't have to discuss those questions, but in case you do, there are a couple of questions for each chapter to sort of hold on to. And again, that will be in the e-news that comes out tomorrow. You'll also see a notice in the e-news about our first field trip, the actual going out and living an altar in the world, or finding an altar in the world. This coming Saturday, meet at 8 o'clock at the Waterton Canyon parking lot, which is across Waterton Road from the entrance into Waterton Canyon. We'll probably hang out for a few moments in the picnic area there next to the shelter / building / restrooms until we see whether or not we've got everybody. But it will be roughly 2 miles up and 2 miles back up Waterton Canyon. If you've not been there, the trail is really a road. It's built on the old Denver South Platte railway line that ran up through that canyon all the way up to the South Platte in the late 19th, early 20th century. So it's really pretty level. That being said, wear comfortable shoes, good hiking shoes, bring water and sunscreen and a hat. If you want to bring binoculars, that's great. I'll be looking for birds because I always do. We're so fortunate that Jim Ives is going to be with us, who Jim has a lot of experience at Roxborough State Park, which is just further down the road. So he knows that area and the animals and the plants and the geology and all of that. And he will help us understand some of that in ways that we might not otherwise get. And so this is part of the whole idea behind this program, is that we become to understand the places around us and really value them. And hopefully that will help us take measures to protect them. So anyway, if you have any questions after you see the email tomorrow, there's a map that's linked in the email announcement. If you have any questions, please let me know. You don't have to let me know that you're going to go, just show up. And we will celebrate Eucharist at the turnaround point. Should be back down by noon. Like I say, it's only a couple miles up and a couple miles back. And if we leave around 8:30, even if we stop a few times along the way to listen to what Jim has to say, we should be back before it gets too hot. On Sunday afternoon, this coming Sunday afternoon, we will begin our series of Third Sunday family Eucharist, but family friendly. That doesn't mean that anybody else isn't invited. That doesn't mean that if you went to church in the morning, you shouldn't come in the afternoon. These are going to be very different. They aren't the same format at all as the 6 p.m. Eucharist that we did before COVID. These are going to be once a month. They're going to be thematic and will really relate to that theme that we're hoping will have something to do with the month. There will be some activities to do, and the Eucharist will be more informal than anything pretty much than we've done. Easy music to sing. We'll be doing pretty much all of our singing this week a cappella, although we'll be bringing in one piece from the songbook that we had pre-recorded earlier in the year when we were doing that. And the theme this year, or this month, is beginning again, because school is beginning again. At some schools, classes just started this last Monday, and other schools certainly began a little earlier. So it is a time of beginnings. We will be doing a sort of a blessing of the backpacks, both for those who are there and those who may have gone to other places. We'll figure out how to bless backpacks for those who will not be there. If it's a briefcase or a lunchbox that you want to bless, bring it along. Like I say, we'll have some other activities that relates to beginnings and what our hopes are and what we would like to leave behind, all of those kinds of things. I think it will be a really fun evening. And that's at 4 o'clock on Sunday, 4 o'clock this coming Sunday. And once you walk in the building, you'll know exactly where to go and all of those kinds of things. There will be no mysteries. And I look forward to seeing you there. I've already mentioned the 7:45 coffee hour. The flower sign-up sheet is right inside the front door as you come inside the second front door, once you walk into the main part of the building, not just the entryway. To the right, there is a bulletin board and there's a sign-up sheet there, both for coffee hour and for flowers. If you have some intentions for flowers between now and the end of the year, you're welcome to go ahead and sign up. We haven't gotten a sign-up sheet yet for 2022, but you'll see the sign-up sheet there, and please do that if that's what you are called to do. And then the last thing I want to say is just a reminder that Compline tonight at 8:45 on Zoom, and you're welcome to join that wonderful sort of good night prayer of the church this Wednesday. So really that's the midweek moment for this week, the week of September 15th. I wish you the best, and join with me in, if you have Jewish friends, recognizing that this evening at sunset, they begin their observance of Yom Kippur, the Day of Atonement. This is the most holy time for our Jewish neighbors. And if you greet them and you want to know what the greeting is for Yom Kippur, it's may you have an easy fast, because they will be fasting for 25 hours starting this evening with sundown. With all of that, oh, I guess the last thing, a reminder that funeral tomorrow for Ron Jewell will be at 2:00 at the church. 2:00 at the church. You are invited to pay your respects and to support Patty and the rest of the family in this really, really difficult time. I look forward to seeing you soon. I hope you have a great rest of the week. Blessings, my friends.